somebody asked a question if you would be involved in Fear the Walking Dead, and you said that you want to keep your character as it is with a beginning and an end. The Walking Dead fans want more of you. So, what do we need to do to inspire you to be part of this? And I'm being serious with that, because, like, I think that if people knew what your what people thought of you, they wouldn't have killed you off as early as they did.
I appreciate that, man, and shit, look, I think first of all, like, I can't tell you how much I appreciate. I mean, I appreciate everything. I mean, you got to understand, like, where I came from and who I was. I'm so grateful for this. I got 3 wonderful kids I love with every bit of my body. I got a wife that I love with everything. None of this all is like, I'm grateful for it all. And, Walking Dead was such an unbelievably pivotal, important time in my life for so many reasons. I could literally just talk about that all, I mean, through Mexico, through till we get back. Those people that made that show, they're still some of the closest people in my life. You know what I mean? I love them. That main group of people I started that show with, that's as good as it gets. It's as good as it gets. I mean, it was all just racehorses being able to take off. And also it was a time where I got, folks like Norman and Andy and Sarah Wayne Callies. I hadn't had a family yet. I was about to get married, and I had these models of husbands and wives and fathers and mothers and family, and how you can have a family and a whole family up here and even go into this business that doesn't support really being a family type person. I learned so much from that. I learned so much how to be a #1 on a show from Andy Lincoln. He's the best #1 in my opinion that I've ever worked with. Norman Reedus teaches me lessons just, by being Norman Reedus. I mean, that's like my man. He's like one of my best friends in the world. These relationships, and but that character of Shane, I so appreciate that people dig him and that people would potentially want more of him. But I think, for me, it was such a cool opportunity because he was a guy with a beginning, middle, and end. He was a guy with a full arc. I knew when I took that part that he was not going to make it long. And I knew that he was going to start off eating a burger, sharing a pile of ketchup with his buddy, talking about his buddy's marital problems, and being right there for him, being like, man, I want to help you with this. No sinister bullshit. I'm here for you. I love you. I'm just your best friend. I'm your right-hand man. I'm your pit bull. I'm right here. And I knew that within the course of 10, 15, 20 episodes, I was going to be sleeping with his wife, and then I was going to be jealous, and then I was going to want to kill him, and then I was going to want to lose my, like, that is a great character. That is an opportunity, man. And look, my whole life changed, from that and after that, and I ain't going to bullshit you. When I left, I knew I was going to leave. It's not like they were like, John, you got to go. I knew I was leaving. And that's a bonus that a lot of actors on that show don't get. And when I was leaving, I ain't gonna lie, man, I was scared. I was like, just my damn luck. I worked my damn ass off. I finally get on a show that's successful, and they kill my ass the second it starts, right? I thought that, but the truth is that, slowly but surely, I got to go right into something else and into something else, and I got to grow. And what I learned on that show about being a man, about being a father, about being a husband, about being an actor, it all started there with that group of people, and to me that was it in its purest sense. So it's not about going back. I can't go back to that. I'll never have that. You know what I mean? That's it to me. That's what that was to me, and I love it. I love that I had it, and I love that I've moved on from it. And I love, it was the greatest thing that ever happened to me, but also leaving it was the greatest thing that ever happened, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even know if that answers your question. It means a lot to me that you would say that, because so I care about Shane too, and I get it. I really do. I really do.
But the fact that after seven years now,
that's a long ass time ago, man. I didn't even have kids.
It's great. And the impact too, and I think as a character, you did it was a gift to fans. Even thinking now, I mean we've all been fans of the show for so long. now, you know, you think about everyone as what, you know, what if Shane was still alive? It's a question that everyone asks. He's not, but what if he was?
He's super dead, dude.
He's twice. Dead, undead, dead.
You are not coming back, dude.
No.
Yeah.
But I think having that character and everyone reflecting and seeing all these new characters going, well, Shane was actually, you know, believe it or not, one of the most sane characters. He watched all of this happen.
I think that like what they really did with it, you know, something that Frank and I kind of tapped into real early, which I was so grateful for. He was so smart, man. Is that Shane was the first guy to figure out the rules of the new world and that there weren't any. And it was really subtle. It all started with Ed, you know, by the water there, you know. That one day, you know, Lori says, we're not talking anymore. Oh, shit. Lori says, hey, we're not talking anymore, you know what I mean, and stay away from my son. And he's like, madder than hell. And then he sees old Ed beating on his lady, on Carol, and he's like, no, no, no. And he goes and he starts beating him and beating him and beating him. He's like, all right, you know what? I kind of like this. And you know what? There ain't nobody around. I can do whatever. This is the new world. And he discovers, good gracious, that's Hurricane Ed. Everybody's good? All right. Anyhow, and then I think, you know, an episode or two later, there was a thing where, you know, he was tracking Rick in the woods. You know, they were looking for something, and then he just got Rick in his crosshairs. You know what I mean? And he just started thinking, you know, in this world, you really could. And it happened to him first. He just figured it out. Screw all that nice guy shit, screw all that moral shit. Like, there's one thing that matters here, one thing only. And he just figured it out first, you know, and the rest of the group, they just weren't there then. They weren't ready for it, you know what I mean? And I think he had to go, he had to teach them that. He had, you know, and I think that was one of the lessons in him dying, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he was human, and I think that's the biggest thing about The Walking Dead. The show is about human beings, and Shane absolutely was that.